Welcome to part 2 of how to create a basic form. We stopped on page 5 where we were trying to reformat this form field so that the information was at the top instead of centered in the form field. If we right click and go to Properties, again multi-line, if we choose that and close, then when we preview that form field, the information is now at the top instead of centered. Go back to the editor and remember once again to clear your form. So now that all of our form fields are tested, correct, and everything's good with them, we would save the form, and then we're going to do an accessibility check. Full check. And for some of you, this point might be where you pass it to your content manager or other professional in your division. However, if you're doing the PDF remediation and testing, then the following steps will be relevant to your work. So we can see that there's a few things in the checker. The title failed, which can be fixed by right-clicking, and there are some links here that have failed, and tab order, which is a quick fix as well. But what I want to show you is that the form fields, none of them are tagged. So when it creates a form, it doesn't automatically tag the form fields. So every one of these, all the way, there's a lot of them, 74 form fields in this document, are not tagged. I don't want you to panic. I want you to go into the tags panel, which is the small, looks like a price tag. Close up the tag tree, so you're on the root, which is the red icon. Select the tags and the delete key. So there are no tags available. So you've just untagged your entire document. Slide over to the right and auto tag your document. This is again in the accessibility tab of the panel, and then do a full check right away. So now you can see that our tagged form fields have passed and our descriptions of our form fields. The document issues are the logical reading order and color contrast, which are always needing a manual check. There are a few things when you untag and retag a document that you'll have to redo. One is to reset the alt text on the logo. Now be aware, if you have a document that is a form that has a lot of charts or graphs, you will have to reset that alt text on those charts as well. Most of the time forms do not include a lot of graphical information, so that's usually not a problem. Under the headings, I'm going to right click and show in the tags panel and see that the title of this document has been set to heading 2, which is incorrect. So I can change that to 1. I also know in the next section there's a 3, which should be 2. So by clicking inside the tag and changing it, you can fix that. This fourth icon down with the check mark is back to your checker. You can right click and check again and see that the headings have been fixed. So your accessibility checker is correct. If you open the tags panel again and go down to a section that actually has your forms in it, let's go to the bottom. Here's a form field, and in the next section there are several form fields. So we're going to open that up completely so we can see all of it. I just want to show you quickly proper form layout in the tag panel. So the heading 3 is the title of the document. Then there's a form field, name of proposed authorizer. Then there's text for proposed authorizer. So this form field can be placed underneath that text, so name of proposed authorizer and then the form field for it. And here again, the name of charter school and the form field. One thing you can do, and is completely up to you, these containers that have the text, the name of the form field, can be made artifact. So you can change it to background or artifact and just leave form field. So name of proposed authorizer, name of charter school, without having a text entry, a text section read as well. So again, in this case, you have a form field for name of authorizer, and then it says name. You can also leave it, but it should be consistent. So in this case, name is after the form field, and here it's before the form field. So you just want to make sure that that's consistent. So we have name and then the form field for the name. So it's up to you. If you can identify these containers and select them, you can make them artifact, and then all you'll have in your document tags are the actual form fields. If you do this, please make sure that things like this piece of information, provide the signature name with person with legal authority, that information is not in any of your form fields, so you have to make sure you do not background or artifact that information. So the only thing that you can make background are the actual titles, labels of each of these form fields. And again, that is an optional step. So you have your form fields, you've done your full check, there are no problems, your document is ready to go, your form is ready to share. Almost. The last step, we're going to save a copy, or just save it. And then the very last step is to save it as extended reader. So go to Save as Other, Reader Extended PDF, then Enable More Tools. And you can see by this that it says includes form, fill in, and save. Saving it this way locks the document and allows users to complete the information in their form, save it to their computer, and then when they open it again, their information is still in the form. If you do not save it this way, they'll open the form up and it will be blank, and that is very frustrating for users. So make sure you save an editable version, which was our first save, and then do an Enable More Tools. And I usually will put ext behind the file name, just so I know this is the uneditable version of this, and this is the one I want to share with people. So that's it. That is how to create a basic form. Take it from the Word document into PDF. Check all of your form fields, add some form fields, delete some form fields. Align them, make them look nice, and then make sure that you save it in extended reader format. If you have any questions as you're creating a form or thinking about a form and how to lay it out, please check with the quality team at CX Quality Team email, or set a time with us during our office hours listed on the communications page on Inside MDE. Thank you.